Hi everybody, I just thought I'd do a quick video because somebody asked me if I knew a pattern for a bookmark, so I've just quickly made this one and I thought that I would do a quick tutorial on it. It's really simple, it only takes about half an hour to make and you just need some scraps of yarn. So if you want to know how to make this, then keep watching. So this is really simple to make. It's just 4 or 5 flowers. I mean, you can do it as long as you want, and a couple of little leaves on the bottom. It'll do brilliantly for a quick gift, or get making them if you're on our crochet beginners group on Facebook, because we have Thursday night book club, so it'd be brilliant to see your makes if you're part of our book club. So what you will need for this project is just some pieces of scrap yarn, so 2 colours for the flowers. You can do whatever colours you like if you want them all the same colour. I've just got some paint box left over from my granny square jumper and some green for the leaves. I'm using a 3mm hook for mine because I thought I'd prefer a smaller flower. And you will also need some scissors to snip the end of your work, and also a needle just to sew your ends in and to sew your flowers together. So let's get going. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how to make one flower and how to make the leaves. So if you want to grab your yarn, if I can find the end of it. Now if you want to do a magic circle, you can do a magic circle, but I know people really struggle with a magic circle, so we are going to do the chain 4 technique today. So you just want to do your normal slip knot, and then what you want to do is grab some yarn, because it always ends up all caught up and I can never do it in time. Right, so we're just going to do chain 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you want to insert your hook into your very first chain space by your slip knot, and you want to slip stitch. So just yarn over, pull through that first one, and then pull through that second one. Now you need to find the middle of your work of this circle here, so be careful because sometimes this bit opens up here, so you don't want to work into here, you want to work into the actual middle. And if it helps, you can pop a stitch marker in that middle. So these are really easy, so we're just going to start by chaining 3. This counts as our first treble, so 1, 2 and 3. Then we're going to do 11 treble crochets or double crochets if you are in the US. So 1, 2, 3. What I'm doing is I'm working over this tail end as well. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So what you want to do is we're going to slip stitch into the top of this chain 3. So this is counting as one of our stitches. So find the third chain, so 1, 2, 3, we're up here. Insert your hook, grab your yarn, and then just pull through. And I would give that middle tail end a little pull just to close that gap a little bit more, and then you can snip this end off because you've worked over it, it's all done and out the way, and you don't have to worry about it. So now what you want to do, this is the second round, this is all the flower is 2 rounds, it's really easy. So we're going to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3. Now normally when you work into the stitch, but we're actually going to work into the space. So you want to do 2 trebles into that space. So 1, 2, and then what we're going to do next, just into that same space, is just we're going to do a slip stitch, and that's one of our petals done. So miss the next space, and then into the next space we're going to do 3 trebles because our first chain 3 counted as one of our trebles. So 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch into that same space. And again we're gonna miss one and 3 trebles into the next one. 1, 2, 3, and then slip stitch, and that's our petals coming together. And then skip the next stitch, skip the next space, and then in the next space 3 trebles or doubles if you're in the US. 2 and 3, and a slip stitch, and then we're missing 1 space, and then 3 in the next space, 1, 2, and 3, and we're gonna slip stitch. Then we're missing this one, and into this one we're doing our final petal. So 1, 2, 3, and then our final slip stitch. So once you've done your final petal, just chain 1, and then leave a bit of a tail because we're going to use this tail to sew on to our next flower. So just snip it off, pull your hook through, give that a pull, and there you go, there is your first flower. So make as many of these as you want, and the way that I sewed mine together is, so make sure you have front sides together. So on each flower I made sure that this one was down the bottom, so you can sew it together really easily. So just sew it together like that, and then you can open it, and then the next one, the tail will be down here, so you can do the same. So there you go, just sew all your flowers together until you get your bookmark to the length that you want it to be. So now we're going to move on to the leaves, and I will show you how to attach the leaf to the flower as well. So grab your green yarn. Make them room. Same before, slip knot. There's our slip knot. And we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then instead of a magic circle, we're just going to pop our hooks in there, slip knot, pull through. Now if you just chain 1 for this one, and then find the middle, and then we're going to do 3 trebles into the middle. So 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to do 4 double crochets or single if you're in the US, all into that middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do a double treble, or if you're in the US, this is just a treble. So a double treble or treble is yarn over twice, insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull it through. Now you should have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and just pull through 2, which leaves you with 3 loops. Pull through 2, and pull through 2. So now we're just going to repeat what we've done on this side. So this is the point of our leaf. So we're going to do 4 doubles or singles if you're in the US. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You might have to move things around a bit, and then we're going to do 3 trebles. 1, 2. I nearly lost it then. 3, and then just give everything a bit of a move around to make your leaf, and then we're just going to join to the first stitch, just slip stitch like so, and we can give that end a pull. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain. So the chain depends on how long you want your leaf bit to be. So for these I chained, the first one I chained 10 and the second one 6. So, well, I chained 9, so we'll chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now what you want to do is grab your flower, and I just popped my hook through. So this is going to be our 10th, so it's more a slip stitch than a chain. So I popped my hook through, grab the yarn, pulled it through. So you can see it here, there's 2 loops. And then pulled this loop through my last chain. Oh, I'm getting all caught up. And then just chain 1. And then you can snip, pull that through, give it a tug, and there's your first leaf attached. So if you repeat that again, you can either have your chains the same length, or like I've done on this one, I got them 2 different sizes. So that is the bookmark. I hope you enjoyed it. It's just a little simple scrap yarn tutorial. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also find me on WordPress and on Instagram. I'll leave all the links below. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook as well, Crochet Beginners Group. I hope to speak to you all soon, and I love seeing your creations. Take care and happy crocheting.